Hello everyone, welcome to Educare 247. This is the 14th lecture on our special revision series for SEBI Grade A 2020 examinations. In this lecture, we will be discussing the MCQs on market structure. Structure is a part of the syllabus of economics for SEBI Grade A 2020 examinations. We have already prepared videos on demand and supply. You can go through that video to understand what kind of question will be asked in the exam. Now let's start with the first question. Which of the following is not a characteristic of price taker? Now, what is a price taker? The firms in a perfectly competitive market are called price taker because they have to take the price that is in the market. They cannot make their own price. Hence, they are called price takers. So, what are the options? First one is total revenue is equals to price into quantity. Option B, average revenue is equals to price. Option C, negatively sloped demand curve, or option D, marginal revenue is the price. So which is not a characteristic? The answer here is C, negatively sloped demand curve. See, as you can see in this figure, we have the diagram of a perfectly competition market, the demand and supply of the market, and of an individual seller in a perfect competition. Now see, in the market where the demand and supply, the point they meet is the equilibrium point, right? And the price corresponding to that point is the equilibrium price. And individual sellers, they take the same price. That's why they are called price takers. And whatever is the quantity demanded, whether it is N or whether it is M, the price has to remain the same. So as you can see in this figure, the demand curve is a straight line along the price, right? It is not a negatively sloped curve. Hence, your answer here is C. Also, you can see in this figure, the average revenue and the marginal revenue is equals to price. Now, why does this happen? Because in a perfect competition, the price for all the whatever is the quantity sold, the price is the same. Hence, the average revenue and the marginal revenue also is equals to price in a perfectly competition market. Question number 2. With the given supply curve, a decrease in demand cause A, an overall decrease in price but an increase in equilibrium quantity, B, an overall increase in price but a decrease in equilibrium quantity, C, an overall decrease in price and a decrease in equilibrium quantity, or D, no change in overall price but a reduction in equilibrium quantity. So the answer here is C, an overall decrease in price and decrease in equilibrium quantity. Now to understand this answer, let's look at this figure. See, the original demand curve and the original supply curve, they intersect at point E, right? So E is the equilibrium point and the price corresponding to that point is P and the quantity corresponding to that point is Q. So P and Q are the original price and the original quantity. Now what happens is there is a decrease in demand, right? So when there is decrease in demand, the demand curve, it shifts to the left. So you get a new demand curve D1. But the supply curve is the same, there is no change in supply, right? So now the new equilibrium point where the new demand and the original supply curve meet is E1. So at point E1, the corresponding price would be P1 and the corresponding quantity would be Q1, right? So what do you see here? The price has decreased from P to P1 and the quantity has also decreased from Q to Q1. So what do we understand here? If the demand decreases and the supply is the same, then we can witness an overall decrease in price and an overall decrease in equilibrium quantity. Educare offers various courses for SEBI Grade A examinations. We have comprehensive courses for SEBI Grade A 2020, which includes the syllabus of both paper 1 and 2. Then we have MCQ courses for SEBI Grade A 2020 paper 2, and we also have SEBI Grade A 2020 crash course for phase 1 and 2. You can apply with coupon code SEBI SEBI and avail discounts on comprehensive courses and crash courses. However, since MCQ courses are already at a discounted price, no further discount is available for this course. You can enroll on these various courses on the basis of your preparation phase. Question number 3. Monopolistic competition differs from perfect competition primarily because A. In monopolistic competition, firms can differentiate their products. B. In perfect competition, firms can differentiate their products. C. In monopolistic competition, entry into the industry is blocked. Or D. In monopolistic competition, there are relatively few barriers to entry. So the answer to this question is A. In monopolistic competitions, firms can differentiate their product. Now, to understand the answer to this question, we have to look at the features of a perfect competition market and the features of monopolistic competition. Now, let us look at the features of perfect competition. Large number of buyers and sellers, no entry-exit barrier to the market, all sellers selling a particular product of identical quality. So there is no product differentiation in perfect competition. The products have to be identical. And perfect knowledge on the part of buyers and sellers. Now coming to monopolistic competition, there are large number of sellers, similar to perfect competition, right? Again, freedom of entry and exit, this is also similar to perfect competition. But the main difference between perfect competition and monopolistic competition is product differentiation. The products of different sellers being differentiated on the basis of brands. So the difference is, in monopolistic competition, you can differentiate your product, but in perfect competition, you cannot. And because there is product differentiation, there is non-price competition. Sellers try to compete on basis other than price. They try to compete on the basis of the quality of their products or the features which their product have and other brands do not have, right? So there is non-price competition in monopolistic competition, right? The first two features are similar, but the main difference is in product differentiation. Question number 4. Price discrimination is profitable only if the elasticity of demand in different sub-market is A. Uniform, B. Different, C. Less, or D. Zero. So the answer to this question is different. For price discrimination to be profitable, the price elasticity of the product should be different in different sub-markets. So what does a monopolist do? He divides his market into elastic market and the market where elasticity is inelastic, right? So what happens is, in an elastic demand, if the monopolist, if he increases his prices, then his demand will reduce. So he will not increase his price there. But in an inelastic market, even if he increases his prices, the demand will not reduce because demand is inelastic, right? So there he can increase his price and he can increase more revenue, right? So a monopolist, he charges higher price in a market which has relatively inelastic demand. The market which is highly responsive to price change, that is elastic demand, is charged less. On the whole, the monopolist benefits from such discrimination. So price elasticity has to be different for price discrimination. Question number 5. Under perfect competition, in the long run, there will be no normal profits, B. supernormal profits, C. production, or D. cost. So the answer here is supernormal profits. In the long runs, the firm will be earning just normal profits. If they are making supernormal profit in the short run, new firms will be attracted into the industry. This will lead to a fall in price, a downward shift in the demand curve. Because the fall in price is because there is too much supply, right? New firms are entering into the market, so the supply increases, which causes a fall in price and an increase in cost due to increase in the prices of factors as the industry expands. So as new sellers, they enter into the market, the industry expands, it becomes bigger. So the factors of production, their price increases because now their demand is more. The demand of factors of production is more. So what happens in the long run is there is fall in price of the goods and there is increase in cost due to increase in the prices of factors of production. Hence, this change continues until the average revenue becomes equal to the average cost. Hence, the firm in perfect competition will only make normal profit in the long run. Question number 6. In the context of oligopoly, the kinked demand hypothesis is designed to explain A. Price output determination, B. Price rigidity, C. Price leadership, or D. Collusion among rivals. So the answer here is price rigidity. See, a kinked demand curve occurs when demand curve is not a straight line but has different elasticity for higher and lower prices. See, as you can see in this figure, the demand curve is not straight, right? There is a kink right out here. This kink is because the elasticity above this price is higher and the elasticity lower this price is lower. So what happens is, if an oligopolist, if he increases his price, then the quantity demanded will reduce to a greater extent because the demand above is elastic, right? But if he reduces his price, then what happens is the other competitors, they also reduce their price, so he cannot witness an increase in demand as he expected. So there is no point in reduction of price because other competitors will also reduce. So you will not benefit from reduction in price. But if you increase the price, then you will lose your customers. So what happens in oligopoly? It is very difficult to change the price. And this difficulty in changing the price is called price rigidity. And because of this price rigidity, an oligopoly, it experiences a kinked demand curve. If kinked demand curve is true, the firm has no incentive to raise price or cut price, thus the price becomes rigid and sticky. So with this, we've come to the end of the video. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you found the video useful, then do like and share the video and subscribe to the channel for more videos on different topics for CAB Grade A 2020 examinations. Thank you.